Welcome back, everybody. I'm Stephen Levine from NASCAR Illustrated. Tom Vandervoort from Sporting News, talking a little Pocono. You know, much maligned Pocono Raceway, but I gotta say it's one of my favorites. I understand why people criticize it. Oh, the front stretch is too long.
No.
You can't really see what's going on.
Well,
and
look,
the two back stretches.
you're watching it on TV. Come
it's
on.
in the middle of nowhere. I love this racetrack.
It's different. It's different.
And
3 corners. It's a triangle. What?
And they've shortened it to 400 miles, which I think is a good thing.
It was a great thing. It was a great thing. It needed to be shorter than it was. Dover did the same thing many, many years ago, and you know, you don't miss the extra 100 miles. Still a great race and a very interesting race. And yes, it can be hard to pass here. The 3 corners are different. You got to manage that. It's got new pavement on it now, so it's trickier.
But you come off
from that
turn 3 to that super wide,
man,
super
if you can
long
beat
front
people,
stretch.
if you're going faster off 3 than the guy you're trying to pass, you got a lot of time to get by. So beat him down in there into turn 1. Now it's easier said than done, but yes, there's time and space on the front stretch and the Long Pond straightaway to pass.
There's time on the front stretch to update your Facebook
You can do your
status.
nails, man. I mean, it's if
can.
you're that kind of person. I am not, you know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
If you are.
I mean, I would go for probably clear.
Like a nice
nail
buff
polish.
sort of. Yeah, understood.
Anyway.
Understood. So what were we talking about?
Pocono.
Oh, yeah, Pocono. Yeah, so it's been repaved. They've shortened the race. Qualifying, not such a big deal here. I mean, I remember, did somebody change their axle? Was it Junior or Brian Vickers changed their axle and didn't go down a lap at this racetrack once? So
yeah.
Qualifying isn't a big deal here.
Yeah, I think, wasn't it a shock? I mean, I think it was a shock.
Okay, shock, axle, same thing.
It's kind of a big difference, Mr. Mechanical. Anyway, let's talk about drivers with our special guest, shall we?
Yes, and she'll be right with us after we do this. Welcome back, everybody. As promised, we're joined by Jacqueline, Miss Sprint Cup herself, to go. Let's go over the standings before we make our picks, because it's getting interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, because
it's a long way to go. That's all I'm saying.
You and I are now tied for the lead with 20 points. He's only got 17, so even if he wins,
it's close.
He's not going to take the lead
except
over.
if my guy wins the race, that's 6, not 3.
Here's what's interesting, though.
Oh, just
you guys, your picks at Dover, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson, excellent pick. Matt Kenseth, strong car. I had Carl Edwards, who was nowhere all day, yet I ended up finishing atop for the
that's
week.
what we call luck, but that's racing.
bad.
Sometimes there's good fortune in racing and bad
Sometimes you
fortune.
blow up.
Sometimes you blow up.
Sometimes you blow up, Matt Kenseth. But let's talk. Let's not look back
Thanks,
at Dover.
Bob.
Let's look forward to Pocono, one of my favorite racetracks. Really, I do like Pocono.
I like it. The tricky triangle.
And you know, there are some drivers who just seem to have this track down, and I'm sure one of them will be your pick.
Hopefully.
Who you got?
I hope that we get to get in the lead with my pick.
Take sole possession of
my
the lead.
guy. He's a 4-time champ, 6-time Pocono winner, but he's 11th in the standings right now.
Going with old Jeff Gordon, huh?
Mr. Jeff Gordon.
But even last year, when he was having a kind of a struggling season, he still won at Pocono.
Yes, true. But he barely made it in the chase. I remember being there at Richmond when he clinched his spot, and he was just so excited. So I'm hoping he gets in this year as well, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's a good pick.
Yeah,
I think
Jeff Gordon's a good pick at Pocono.
Yeah.
Good finishing average. Has the 4 wins here, which is, I think Jimmy's got more, but that's it.
No, he's got 6
6 wins.
Oh, 6. That's right. Denny has 4. Oh, so confused.
Is that your pick, Denny?
No, I was thinking about Denny. I was. But, you know, Denny hasn't been as strong here lately. I'm going...
Since the repave.
Yeah, I'm going a little different direction. It's time for our defending champion to win a race.
You think?
I'm going to go with Brad Keselowski in the Blue Deuce.
All
I
right.
just think he's got a good feel for this track. He has won here before. I think he was pretty strong at Dover. It's obviously a totally different track, but I like Keselowski.
You know...
Fair enough.
What, you can't follow the logic?
That logic wasn't circuitous at all, was it?
No, if he did well last week, I know it's a different track, but he's kind of hitting his stride.
I can kind of understand what you're saying, because I was flirting a little bit with Tony Stewart.
Right.
Because he's strong at Pocono
exactly.
and had a good run last week.
Exactly.
But I'm not quite ready to say Stewart Haas has turned it around. I think
that would be jumping the gun.
It would jumping the gun. I hope they do, and Tony certainly is in a strong position to make the chase now with a win at Dover. But I am still going to reach a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit outside the box. I'm going to pick Kurt Busch.
Yeah, Kurt's
like
good
it.
here.
Kurt has been
Certainly
strong lately.
Yeah, yes.
You and I were at the race in 2007 at Pocono where he positively dominated. Now, obviously, that was in a Penske Dodge. And Furniture Row is not quite the team that Penske was,
But they have some great recliners.
They do have nice recliners. I think Todd Barrier has gotten things headed in a good direction. I'm going to go with Kurt Busch.
And he's been running really well.
Yes.
So we're leaving Denny on the table?
We're leaving Denny on the table.
We're leaving Jimmy,
We're leaving Jimmy
on the table.
And watch, one of them is
We're
going to
leaving
win.
Carl on the table.
Yeah,
which, you know.
look, Carl was not impressive
Carl,
last week.
I
But he's
know,
still
and that's
second
his kind
in
of
the point
racetrack.
standings.
Yeah.
So he's still holding his own. I think that's what he's focusing on now.
Probably right.
Trying
little
to get
point
clinched
tracing.
in the
Hey, you got to
chase.
do what you got to do. As you well know, you got to
As I
do what
know.
you got to do.
I know.
All right, so to recap, I've got Kurt Busch, you've got Brad Keselowski, you've got the original four-time Jeff Gordon.
Yes.
All right, well, come back next week and see how we all did. See if which one of us takes the lead in sole possession of first place.
Come on, Brad. You can do it.
Thanks for watching.